creating a ripple, right? It's always been wanting to deal hope. I always said, I'm a hope dealer. You know, what do you deal? Because we're all dealing something, but what do you deal? And to me was hope dealer. And so the ripple effect of hope dealing, you know, one drop of hope at a time, you know, one drop can make a huge difference. I am able to service anyone in the world that, you know, no matter the age, demographics, really nothing that can stop me servicing. Abundance is there waiting for each and every one of us. We just need to reach and get it. If you want to crawl, we will crawl. If you want to walk, we'll walk. If you want to run, we'll run. You know, whatever it is. But if you stay put, then I stay put. Really opening the eyes that we are accountable to ourselves. And if you're longing for something, you're wanting something, is because there's really something in there that needs to be expressed. And so how do we help you express that and become that, or just see that you already are that? How do we get rid of everything that clouds it?
Nourishment.
Thorough nourishment.
Yes.
Thorough
She's
love.
gotta get, it's the thorough. She has
See,
to
I
have
have
the
to.
It's with her. It must have been the ripple all week.
The ripple, yeah. What is a ripple? Let me bring my little friend over here. Hello.
Hey, how about if I just yell real quick, araña, and see how it works?
I did kill an araña today.
Oh.
A big araña in this room. So, okay, so today, happy eclipse. It's eclipse
yes,
day. Oh,
so that's part of what I think it is. So the energy's intense. We were going to actually do this later, and myself said, no, I actually need to be home by the time we were going to be doing it. Myself.
We were going to start.
Yeah. For whatever reason. We don't have to know the reasons to things. When you feel something, you need to listen to that. That's the universe talking. And I know my language.
I know my language.
I know my language with the universe so well that I can ignore it.
You have ignored it enough times to where now you choose not to. That's actually what she's saying, guys. That's a true wisdom here. You know, you get old enough to where you choose to listen to your gut, because otherwise, you know, you're gonna be like, dang.
No, because I'm like 24 years behind. It takes me 24 years to listen. No, it's not that I didn't.
My husband is notorious to tell everyone that he has a chance to learn from others' mistakes.
Oh yeah, I'm a firm believer in that.
Always reminding us of that.
A firm believer in that. I wanted to talk about this. So myself is really.
You guys like our setup as she's thinking through?
Well, because I'm all immersed in, and I don't know why it is. I pick every theme every year. It's this. I resonate with the collective. I really do, and so it's about, exposing things.
Right now, nothing can stay hidden. So yeah, so I guess so today, it seems like the ripple is a continuous, so we're continuing to dive into the ripple that keeps on giving, which is the energy that is being felt right now. Today is actually the day of the eclipse. So I believe right now, I don't even know the time. Are we like almost to 4:00 Pacific Standard Time on the 8th of April today? What time is it? I don't know the time. So that's about the time right now that we're recording this, but you guys are not gonna
3:59.
Oh my gosh, how did I know that? Okay, so you guys will get to hear, to read, to actually to watch this, right? You guys will get to watch this as I am actually on a plane, because I will be flying across the country on this day that you guys are watching this video. So because I'm going to training, it's going to be a very, very cool ripple that I'm going to come back to share with you guys.
What kind of training is it?
I will be going to get my certification for quantum nutrition testing for animals, so pets and farm animals. So basically applied kinesiology, muscle testing for pets and farm animals. I have been putting that to practice already with some of our very own pets and farm animals that we have, as well as some of our friends and family members who own farm animals and or pets or cats. Some of my clients actually have added on to their quantum nutrition testing. They have added their pets. I have two dogs and one cat. So it's pretty cool to have those as part of my practice. One of the many things that I do, but I finally go get that graduation. Finish.
Yay,
I get
that's
to go put
exciting.
hands on, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be in the East Coast, southeast of the country, where I will be going. And so today we're recording this pre-recording as we usually do, but we just it happens to be Monday and it's eclipse day, and it's been a day that definitely has been inviting to me to take it easy, yet be productive, but productive in an easy, smart, just kind of tying loose ends as well. I finished up a lot of things
that's
today.
what it is. It's ending the chapter, beginning another one. But the ending of the chapter is an intense ending. So it's like a lot of things that have weighted people down for a long time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when there is the light of the truth, it gets absorbed, so it's not so the lie is heavy and dense and the truth is light and evaporates. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so
was that a Barbieism right there?
I don't it just came out. It was definitely not said.
Do your students know that you have this once in a while podcast going on with me?
No, I haven't said anything yet. I was waiting for us to get better.
Well, maybe I shall introduce it to the U Campus website or the Facebook group or something. Just saying hi. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. I will. Hi, guys. Hey, surprise.
That's so funny.
She's got a few secrets under her sleeve sometimes. Anyway, but I guess, so continuing the Ripple conversation about how we are doing in these times right now. I noticed that there are a lot of parents out there that kept their kids even home today.
It was not a day to be. No, especially in different states, which I can understand where that was coming from, just because they had a lot of touristy, travelers,
and they have a lot of weather going on.
But and a lot of weather. But here's another thing, and this is where this leads into really what I wanted to say too, is a lot of people did that because of when we're mounting in toxicity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There comes to a point. It comes to a point, basically. Right. And so it changes in atmosphere,
mm-hmm.
changes in climate and global things like that. That all it's a ripple, right? But it's a frequency. It's a wave.
Yeah, it is.
And not to say that things bad were going to happen, because I don't believe that bad was going to happen. What I was sensing was more like earth changes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
maybe we had quite a bit of earthquakes, right?
And it was leading right on up to this.
Right.
And it was funny because well, you already know. However, so it brings me to this though. Being mindful. Right now we're letting go of so much in different capacities, right? We might be letting go of traumas that we've gone through in our lifetime. We could even be letting go of generational things.
Yes, the bondage. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just, eclipse time is just an opportunity to do that. But if you go back in history and you look at how everything was all aligned, you can get an idea of the intensity of the
times then and now when these things were happening.
And everybody has different everybody's different, because if you weren't working on if you weren't working on your issues. You're just
Right.
ignoring your issues.
Yes. So everything that we swept, everything that we chose to sweep under the rug, right? That phrase actually came up a couple of weeks ago in this house. My girls didn't know what it was, and he's like, and so we explained to our daughters what the connotation of sweep. Just sweep it under the rug, and it's all of a sudden right now why you exactly the reason why you don't sweep things under the rug, or
Yeah.
what happens when we do choose to sweep things under the rug. It's make it or break it time. It's like skeletons out of the closet, like I said last time, right? But you may choose to put them back in the closet, but they have to come out and the light has been shone on them. And so what do we get to do? What do we get to play with now? And it's a time I see of, also like with the spring, it goes so well with spring, right?
Yes.
Renewal.
Yes.
uh,
So ending and beginnings, yeah. Or uh, death and rebirth, right?
yeah, yeah.
The mound. So when you were saying that, because you remember I think it was the first podcast that we did, and we were talking about words. And so in this moment when you're talking about sweeping things underneath the rug,
Mm-hmm.
and then so the rug gets lifted, right, and you see a mound of dirt,
Yeah.
and you can either become overwhelmed by the mound.
Right.
It's this is when they talk about the opportunity to choose how we're gonna deal with it, right? So you
Right.
can look at it like, oh my gosh, and then throw the rug back over and let the mound just get bigger, bigger, bigger.
Right.
Or you can say, no, no, I'm going to, address it right now and look at it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to actually sweep that up and get rid of it.
And be like, it's for me, not
yeah.
after me, or it's, this is happening to me, this is for me. And how do I use this as a lesson learned to where I don't come back to, or something that strengthens me because I learned something, right? Sometimes it's the strength that comes after the ripped muscles, all right? We ripped it up.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now we're stronger. And so we just choose to do something with that experience. Right now, I think a lot of people are having to do a lot of that choosing that has not just a immediate consequence for them, their family, but generationally.
Yeah.
I think it always probably has, right? That ripple effect of generations being affected by what we do and not do, and what we choose to say. And again, trying to help all of you guys understand that there are seasons within our life and within the world where it's intense, and there are new beginnings available to all of us.
All of us.
And right now, I mean, look around the world, right? There are so many opportunities knocking in different aspects to be renewed, to truly be renewed. You feel that? I know you feel that.
Well, and the thing is there are some people that will stay stuck because they just will.
Yeah.
And then in order to not stay stuck, though, you have to be able to be willing to let go and to trust.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to trust, move that that opportunities will open up for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know. We don't know. We just have to. We have to trust.
Yeah. I tell some of my clients when this fits. I share with them that we take it one session at a time, one day at a time. That's why my whole ripple effect, one drop at a time, one drop of hope at a time, just one step at a time, because inch by inch you get there. Little by little you make a change that guides you. So think about it as far as a map, and you want to go to a certain area, and so you start shifting and course correcting and setting your direction towards that place. The more you start correcting, the closer you are to just have that straight shot at that location where you want to arrive. And so I say, take it little by little. Make sure that you are encouraging yourself to keep going within your program. So I have some clients that are being very encouraged to eat a certain way according to some results that they had from a DNA test they had. And so it's totally opposite than what they were used to doing, right? And so now the encouragement is to one change once a week. Let's implement something new because you've been eating this way for 50 plus years, right? For us to then have a drastic change, like when you were sharing last time, be graceful with yourself.
Yeah, and that's still coming up right now as you're talking. Still being that was coming up. Give yourself grace when you're not.
Yeah.
When you make if you make a mistake, or not even a mistake, if you make a choice that might not be the best one, then you catch it and you just move forward. There was something else that you were saying though that but I'm gonna lose it, so it doesn't.
So yeah, again, bringing it back, and I know you guys know, we have different reasons why we come on and we share with you guys, and many times when I relate things, yes, there you go, it came back, go for it.
Okay, it goes with this. Okay, so
yes.
okay. It has to do with, okay, so the theme is stop judging yourself. Knock it off.
Oh yeah.
That's the theme. That's
Stop
it.
Right. Oh, yeah. We should play that tape. Should we roll it? Stop it. Roll it. Stop it. How did you guys like that? Did you guys enjoy that? Stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah, so right now we have a choice to be a victim or to be like, okay, I learned my freaking lesson. I ain't doing that again, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what's happening. So that's kind of the mood right now, and again, I was sharing that I always go back to relating things to health because that's what my expertise is, the holistic
but health
aspect of things.
Influences the way that you think.
Absolutely. Yes.
No, it does. And then also, okay, and then being judgmental. I had just got to bring that back because that's what I've seen. That is what I've seen this week is people being so hard on themselves,
yes.
judging themselves, but also judging themselves on the traumas that they've gone through. You know what? First of all, okay, look, we're not our traumas. Number one, we're not, and you are not.
Right.
It may have caused us to be reactive,
right?
Not active, reactive to somebody's actions. That was not your fault. That's not your fault. But now's the time of letting that die. Just letting that go and letting that die and realizing that is not you. And that is not you. So you know what I realized? Let me tell you what I realized.
What did you realize?
I realized, so this is just the whole week, okay? It comes with judgment and all that kind of stuff. And I realized this week, because we do need to at some point try to understand the subconscious belief structure that runs us, that stands in our way and causes us to be self-defeating. And right now we're getting an opportunity to be able to see it. But you got to be looking. You have to look and you got to be open to receiving it. Mm-hmm. And so I received that something that blocks me is, and it was what you did want to talk about this time.
Yeah.
However, it's the after part of it. Okay, so you wanted to talk about why I'm the way that I am, basically, and why I serve people. What brought me to that, right? Wasn't it something like that?
Well, there was an aspect to that because that would be part of asking who you are.
Yeah.
And
okay, so you
were being hard on yourself as far as you were fighting that?
I was trying to understand why I have certain issues that I have, right? Certain blocks that I have, like working on those stupid taxes, right?
Oh gosh, yes. Everybody did their taxes. We have a little bit of time.
Although it wasn't necessarily that I was thinking about the taxes. What I was thinking about was me. I mean, how kind of what ran me as a child and things like that, because that's where we're at right now. We're releasing things, right? And for me, I'm releasing deep things because I already know that my alignment is moving me into what my destiny, what my calling is, and that is That's up right now.
Yeah, right now the invitation is loud and clear to be on purpose, right, guys?
Yes.
So if you are being, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys saw on the comments. You guys feel free to comment. Are you in a season where you're being invited to drastic change, such as, you know, working, doing something that truly is your passion, something that you have to build from the bottom up, right? Like we know what that is. We know how detail the hours become when you are building a business, when you are putting something together that is going to serve many people and serve in such deep way that impacts their life and the lives of others. The ripple of what you do, I would say, and the ripple of what I do has huge consequences, just as much as, you know, the person bagging my groceries at the store. You know, that could make or break my tortillas. Literally, the positioning of that can make or break my tortillas.
This has got to be just this way. Okay?
Oh, I have, believe me, I have, I don't know if I mentioned that in the podcast before, but I brought it up before at the store, because they do not understand. The tortillas do not go like this. They go like this. They're flat like this, stacked up. So if you lay them down like this, they're going to crack. And then you can't, your taco is broken.
Oh, that's so funny.
So you know, yeah, again, you know, people right now that are doing cleanses, I was going to relate some of the mental health issues that we're having right now, the mental challenges due to the stress.
Yes.
Those go hand in hand with the nutrition that we allow our bodies to absorb. And again, like you were sharing, the toxicity level of our body, the toxicity level of our liver, our kidneys, our lungs, our spleen, everything, right? Our skin at times. That toxicity level is such that we do not absorb the nutrients. And so if we don't have the right B vitamins, we cannot have the right production of hormones by the brain to allow our mental health and our clarity and our agility and balance. I keep finding people right now in such need of B vitamins and even D vitamins. You know, we have to be careful with the way that we supplement vitamin D to the body. Not your supplement that you should go get over the counter. I really highly recommend to stay away from that. Vitamin D over the counter, like at your Walgreens or Costco, is toxic. So please beware. You want it through whole food supplementation. And of course, the sun rays that are out there.
First thing in the morning.
Yep. Sun gazing again, you know, something like that.
Feet on the ground.
Feet on the ground, yeah. So, you know, we are...
6 minutes a day.
Yep. I'm seeing a lot of people that are going through their cleansing membership with me this particular week and the end of last week. They are showing intense signs of cleansing, to where some questions about, did I pass this as a parasite, or what do you think this other thing is, and some symptoms that are, you know, some women that have not had a cycle for a season, they ended up getting a cycle after several months. And so there's been quite a bit of cases that have had a drastic positive change. And I say positive because we are cleansing, right? We want it out. And so the opportunity is knocking, whether it's a cleansing, you know, physically or emotionally, such as what you're describing at times, right?
Yeah.
And so it's important, guys, that you guys continue to stay grounded, that you continue to be kind to yourself.
And others too. And others.
Yes.
And others, because what we go, everybody has their own intensity with things, and everyone has their own stuff that they have to let go of. And some people have been through some awful experiences, you know, and realizing that. So it is so important, though, to cleanse right now. We're not in all kinds of ways, physically, emotionally, mentally, in all kinds of ways, being gentle with yourself too, but others as well, because we don't know what other people are going through.
Yeah.
And to realize that even through the end of the month, though, not just right now, just with
Well, the
eclipse, it's
retrograde
just
goes through the 25th.
yeah. So it's intense right now,
Yeah.
and you know you might just be sitting there, and then all of a sudden you feel these feelings that you didn't even know that you. It's like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And you might have to cry, and you just don't even know. I was just talking to somebody about that recently, and you just got to be able to cry. You don't have to say where it came from.
We are being invited to be so stretched that you just reminded me of something. This is why
Good.
it's so
This
fitting.
is
Okay,
it.
so
This is
it's
it.
my turn, my therapy session here. Ready, guys? This is what happened for me this weekend. This is a huge highlighting moment this weekend that transpired. On Saturday, let me back up. On Friday, my oldest daughter, I have an adult daughter, and my oldest daughter invited me to attend a what seemed to be an easy class in my mind to be attending on Saturday. You don't know the story, but you're laughing because you already could feel it. You guys ready for this? So she's like, Mom, they have a class at the mall. And I'm like, oh, I know. I used to go and I used to walk around when you were a baby with your stroller. And I'm thinking, the old folk that walk around the mall. I thought that's what it was. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll walk around. It's going to feel good. I actually imagine myself physically moving at the mall with it's all quiet. Everything is closed. There's no people shopping because I do not like going to the mall. And so I figured that's what it was. Well, no, it was inside an athletic store with two amazing, beautiful, body sculpting women, right? That are about to kick our ass because they're going to make us work out. And it was with bands. And it was like, no.
Were you in bed the next day?
I was, well, yeah, I was in bed the same day. I was in bed sleeping early that day. But what ended up happening is that was the first invitation of the day to go work out. Because I was like, once she explained to me that I needed to get this Eventbrite ticket and all the details, and the title was like Booty Camp, I knew I was doomed. So that was my first stretch of Saturday. Then after we finished doing that, we went to purchase a business suit for me. I was not feeling it, guys. I was like not happy about my not workout. And then we're supposed to go shopping for a suit for me. So now there I go. Try to get a suit. Did I mention I don't like shopping? Okay, I don't like shopping. Did you mention being kind to yourself? I was not being kind to myself. And so I had a really hard time finding a suit. I did find a suit. It's going to look cute. Hot pink. And it's going to be beautiful. I'm feeling it now. Wasn't feeling it Saturday. That was another stretch. Then we had to go. Well, no. We didn't have to. We got to go get a new phone for myself, for my business. So I thought about you so much. So you got a phone too. That's interesting. So now, that's what we're recording with right now, which I hope it's on focus. Okay, so it's something. Well, we have our enhanced window mirror over there to look at each other, but it's something that. It was a stretch because it's technology. It's something that I always have expressed with you guys, that it's something that invites me to grow all the time. I was invited to grow 3 different times on Saturday. So when my daughter pulled up, because thankfully she drove, when she pulled up, I was already beyond sore with a new phone. Very excited. And I said, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to be very kind to myself. I'm going to go in the shower and I'm going to cry it out. And she said, what? And I said, you invited me to grow so much. I thank you, because she just said, Mom, I had a good time. I know that it was hard for you to work out. And I was like, okay. So I understand. I had a good time. I enjoyed my time with you as well. But she could see I was like a beat up chicken at the end. It was fun. And I did. I went upstairs and I took a hot shower. I got into some comfy clothes. And I had my powwow, like my boo-hoo-hoo moment. And then I stopped it.
Good.
But I was invited to stretch. How about you? What you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. I was just absorbed in that story there.
Yeah, yeah. It was quite interesting, you know. I know a lot of my clients right now are being stretched on staying away from certain foods, or staying on top of the supplements. I mean, you are, by your practitioner, you have a practitioner yourself. You are put on supplements. How do you organize your supplements? How do you stay on top? How do you become kind to yourself? How do you organize yourself? How do you allow yourself to be loving to your body through the supplements that you take? How do you make them
It
accessible?
just made my eyes twitch.
Yeah, see, that's a challenge. I mean, I'm asking a question for a reason. I'm sorry, but
No, it's
I mean,
good. And she knows. She's just trying to put me on the spot right now. That's what she's doing.
Hey, you refresh my memory about my story.
I mean, because, I will ask her for all kinds of gadgets, everything that I can do to get myself there, First of all, I had to get over myself first, because myself stands in the way, right? And then...
You had to acknowledge that you were worth it, right? That you wanted to be healthier, or you had to decide to go for it first.
Yeah, I did. I
To
had to get
invest.
that. Yeah,
You
I
had to
I
choose
have
to invest in yourself that way.
Well, sometimes it's you don't like how you're feeling.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
Right.
I invest myself in Doritos and Fritos and burritos.
Yeah, and then you have to tell yourself, do you want how you feel at the
Exactly.
end?
That's the investment, right? So it's like that's you it has to come out.
And
You
then,
have to
and
have the
then,
outcome
and
of what
then
you put in.
sometimes you go like this. No,
Right.
I actually am going to go ahead and do this because I'm not worth it today because I had a bad day and I don't feel like I'm worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And
Yeah.
then later on, after you feel the effects of it, then you're like, why did I do that?
I had somebody actually send me a message this week, like 2 days after Sunday or something, like Tuesday or something, like how they were still hungover from Easter.
Dude, yeah, because you can't. I can imagine that, especially if you've been healthy for a while.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yes. You know what? Yeah, I better be careful what I say with that, because I haven't been really partaking at all. So, the day I do, it will be interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm somebody who's like that.
Right. And now I understand you. I used to not understand you because you, like, alcohol was not your thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know I have to say, like, truthfully, in regards to mixing acquaintances, friendships, and my files, 80% of the people out there are struggling with alcohol. 80% of people out there are not happy with the amount of alcohol they're consuming. And I was able to understand it because you guys remember December was when I said, hey, I'm not drinking anymore, and I need to look at what's happening with my body, and I need to clean myself further. Just because I have been living a holistic lifestyle doesn't mean I'm done. That means I'm committing myself to helping others to do the same thing I'm doing, and I am not perfect. And so the struggle is real. I mean, I have so many that I'm supporting through that right now.
Yeah, well, and alcohol's not the only thing though. Sugar is just as bad.
Oh,
Sugar,
correct. I mean, it lights up the same area as drugs, as cocaine, as morphine. Literally, it lights up the same aspect of the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and if you're a highly sensitive person,
mm-hmm.
which I am sure that there are quite a few people out here who are highly sensitive.
Yeah.
Your bodies can't handle that. I know. I'm one of those
people. In some of the things I had been contemplating last week, what is it that I can do as a practitioner to facilitate people to further cleanse themselves at a nicer pace where they feel that they're being gentle with themselves. Sometimes I wonder if I know that the membership that I offer helps tremendously. I know that it has changed so many people's lives. I haven't had anyone say, oh no, it doesn't work, right? However, I also know that there are people that many times say, maybe I want to take the supplements, and I may not be ready to have that vulnerability with you once a week to chat with you and triage the stuff. Maybe you teach me how to take the supplements through a Zoom call, in a group setting, and then I take them that way. And then when they're ready, then they can have a personalized program according to what they test for. But they can just say, okay, I want to detox my liver, and then I tell them what to do. What do you think? I think I was thinking of something like that, because
that's
how do
important.
we
Because
further?
there are some people out there that just once a year want to detox. Let's just say,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm thinking of a person right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and so I do have that. So I guess right now, guys, if you guys want it, reach out to me. Send me a message through my website.
And that's so important, because
Yeah.
somebody I was talking to recently, oh gosh, who was it? Oh, I just don't know, because I talked to too many people, but I mean, not too many, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was
there's a
talking
lot,
to somebody recently, no, like between yesterday and today, and they were saying, oh, well, I'm going to go do, who was it? And I kept going, I was somebody, because then I go, no, you got to do Cellcore.
Oh yeah, some I mean, some of my and it's good. So you guys want whole food supplementation, not from the drugstore.
Because that's
it
what
needs
it was,
to be
and I said it
therapeutic
has to
grade.
be right.
Yes.
Who was it?
Yeah, it's important. You have to let them know. You're right, Barb. Barbie, we all need to let people know. If you are going to commit yourself to cleansing your body or supplementing your body, do it in a way that it's not a cheap way. Remember, easy comes, easy goes. Most of those pills that people take from Costco,
it's like a placebo.
Well, no, I have seen them come through their colonics. I have sat through my clients' colonics when they are having a colon cleanse, right? A rectum cleanse, and everything above that, pretty chunk above that. And you could see pills that they are passing, because there's a little window to see what's coming through. And you could see that there is, stool, but there's also pills. And there's also things that you're like, what in the world? And people are saying, I haven't taken pills for, 5 years. I'm like, how are they coming out through your colon if you haven't taken them? Because they don't dissolve. So again, therapeutic grade. I mean, as a holistic practitioner myself, the whole food supplementation and the detox stuff, such as Cellcore or standard process or systemic formulas or energetics or whichever, even doTERRA products, because we take some of those too, essential oils, all of those need to be a therapeutic grade. You guys cannot expect to get them anywhere. Especially do not get them from like Amazon or like online marketplace kind of places, because you don't know if they're being tampered with. The only way to make sure that you know what I mean?
Yeah, seaweed, the Irish moss. Let's grow it in a swimming pool.
Yeah, let's love on ourselves to where we allow ourselves the true quality of products.
Well, and to spend your money right.
Please,
Isn't
guys.
That why?
Yes.
I mean, there's so many reasons for this.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out who it was I was talking to.
I don't know, but what do they need? Do they need a liver cleanse? Do they need
something like that?
Parasite? So again, if you guys want, I guess right this minute, as I was contemplating this, if you guys truly just want, and it'll change on the website, you guys will see an option to opt in to get just the parasite protocol or the liver cleanse, and we have it for children, meaning in liquids as well. So whichever cleanse you guys want, you guys can definitely contact me and make sure that I get that to you and just take it. So that's if you are someone that benefits from starting at a slower pace than what I offer, you can start taking the detox, and then when you're ready for the accountability and the further assistance and further testing, then we can start playing with that, right? But nothing should stop you. Just because you're not ready per se to work with me doesn't mean you shouldn't get the products that need you. The vitamin C pack, remember we were talking about that one last time? There's every single home that is watching this should have at least one of each of the packs. One yellow, one orange, one blue at home. Because whenever something comes to be of need, you guys don't want to have me come ship it, or ship it to you. You'll still get it, but you want to be prepared. That would be one of the things that I would consider part of my kit, as what do I have at home.
Yeah.
It's important, and so yeah. So cleansing, the quality of product, that's another way to love on ourselves. Taking the time, right now, following our gut, such as what you did today, hey, let's further dive into supporting people and being vulnerable ourselves and sharing our stories so that we can help somebody. That's another way to love on yourself. If we would have just stuck to, no, I thought, Barb, we were going to talk about something else. No, you know what? That would be forceful, and it wouldn't be the right timing of us sharing that. So today, again, we're here to further the ripple on encouraging you to continue to love on yourself. Like you said, be kind to yourself.
Yeah, and if you're having any mental health issues, I just want to say that, first of all, don't beat yourself up. It is, there are many things out there, right? There are many things that come into our daily lives that can be upsetting.
Yes.
Okay.
The challenge is real.
Yeah. So, but to go with detoxing, this is why detoxing is so important too. Okay, because you get clogged up inside of your head, and when you get clogged up inside of your head, when things arise, you can't, like, if you were clean inside of your head, okay,
meaning no parasites, no toxicity, no parasites.
Yeah, if you're clean inside of your head, you're gonna manage that situation in a different kind of way than if you were not clean inside of your head. And
right.
I want you to say this, but I just want to bring this up not just for yourselves, but for other people too. The reason why I'm saying this is because we're going back to the judgment too, okay? Not to judge other people as well. If you're judging other people, then you're also judging you somewhere, I'm sure.
The reflection, yes, absolutely.
So I'm just bringing it up because things are intense and they could get even more intense throughout this month.
Yes.
And just know that all of us have different toxicities within inside of us, which
and needs.
Yeah.
Not just do we all have different toxicities. Through the DNA testing, you said something that clicked something huge in one of my recent files. Actually, today's file was someone whose result came through. That's funny that this happened today. Mm-hmm. So this particular, funny not funny, right? Like it's this client's file comes through today, the result of the DNA, and it's showing the extreme high need of certain B vitamins. And what do we know about mental health and B vitamins?
Yeah, like B1.
So I'm now, when I called as soon as I got the result, and I say, I have great news. I am going to be able to help you by telling you what supplementation your body needs, because I'm going to now muscle test and see what supplements according to the B vitamins that she needs, right? What she needs to be on top of. And so basically, I'm like, I have such good news. Now we know why. And it also normalizes things to, like, let me tell you so-and-so, congratulations for listening to your body. Congratulations for explaining to me how you felt. Congratulations for letting me know that you're describing your body by the way that it's supposed to be telling you things. So she's basically not crazy. You normalize it. So I was able to normalize her symptoms to her and say, listen, we're going to have you eating more foods that have vitamin B's. We're going to also supplement. We're also going to get rid of some heavy metals. Even something about one of the ears came up, and she's been having some balance issues. I'm going to tell you guys, the type of toxins also have a lot to do with the minerals that we're deficient with. Right?
And your body will tell you.
Yes.
If you will listen to it.
Yes.
And if you're having a hard time understanding your language, then you go to someone like V who can understand the language by what your body is doing.
Yeah. And we all need help, guys. I mean, You know, and we all need...
because we don't, because for one, so like I'm very Ayurveda, right? It was so funny a long time ago when I said I want to do this, and she goes, I want to be the herbalist. I'm like, I want to be the remember
Yes,
that?
yes,
I want to
yes.
be the energy practitioner. She's like, no, I'll be the herbalist. It was just so cool.
It's so nice, yeah.
So we
And
can't all learn everything. Like I can't.
Wait until I tell you something. So just because I'm looking at you in the reflection, that's why. Sorry, honey. Sorry. So wait until I tell you this. So energetics is one of the lines I work with, and so I had the honor. I feel honored that I had a Zoom call with one of their doctors yesterday, and she described to me the way that they distill and the way that they put all of their products together, and it's literally capturing the energy of the essence of the flowers of whatever it is that they're distilling. So wait,
and they call it synergy.
Yes, so it's synergy. Yes, and so I'm using homeopathics. I'm using synergetics. How would we say that? I'm using frequencies because now I also have the AO scanner available, guys, for frequencies to be sent to you. And again, all of this is remote, right? That one of the beauties.
Well, that's what quantum is.
Yes, that's what quantum is. Yes.
To say.
Yeah. Well, how would you describe it? I think it's important. Sometimes I have, I'm around my colleagues a lot or conversations with colleagues to where my language continues to be more not understood as easy because I'm using terms that are not everyday. So in your own terms, explain quantum. Not to put you on the spot.
No.
So what do I do?
Not. You're just
what does Vila do?
You're just making me bilocate. Okay, so when I think of quantum, quantum is it's a field that any of us can access, but it's a vibratory field.
I want you to explain it in fourth grade language.
Oh God.
How can I muscle test someone from far away? I am using a muscle because I'm still using either fingers.
Okay, well, we start with intention. Everything begins with intention.
Here we go. Mm-hmm.
And do you remember last week? Don't you remember last week when I described how I intended for my class to answer a question a certain way?
Yes, I remember that.
And my intention was that way, and every single one of those students answered exactly how I wanted them to answer.
Yeah.
Because my intention was for that.
Right.
So, to muscle test, first of all, we are all energy. And so it's kind of like this. I think of it like this. Let's just describe it like the big pie in the sky. Just describe it like that. And so that big pie in the sky, I'm a fragment of that.
Oh yeah, that's right? Good. I'm saging.
Or like a string, you could say even, right? Like a thread, like a string just coming down from that pie. That's me. And so that pie doesn't go away though. But when I come down here, I have to get real heavy.
That's not fourth grade language. Sorry.
It's not. No, I have to get. Yes, it is. I have to get like.
Elevator pitch. Half a second. Explain quantum. No. You're taking us on a journey that's beautiful, but I just
can't help it.
Okay. That's it. So that's
You're
good.
Gonna make me
You just normalized it for me. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to say that you normalized it for me because there's no way for me to not get into that type of like. I mean, everybody has seen probably a muscle testing video. If not,
no, that's not necessarily true. On that one, but it's just part of kinesi. It's kinetic. It's a kinetic thing. It's kinesiology.
Yep, applied kinesiology. So now I'm even gonna be able to do it with animals. I'm super excited to play around with the horses, and it's gonna be so fun.
The reason why I was going into the big description is because for some people, because for some people some people need to understand, I'll just say, if you were to call me up and say this, how can you do that? Right? Mm-hmm. And then you tell me, well, it's kind of like, I'm going to think about you. And when I'm thinking about you, I'm going to be asking myself questions.
Like to practice, you mean?
Yeah. But then you might get that person going like this, well, how can that work? Do you see what I mean?
It's that energy. It's that
Yeah.
it's that you're thinking about your mom and she calls you in that second. It's that you and I are right now, how you're watching this video or listening to it as it's playing, and there are no wires from my voice receiving that vibration and going with wires to your ear. So that's quantum. It's bouncing energy from different antennas, and we are an antenna ourselves.
Yep.
And so we are bouncing our energy and we're receiving the energy. We are magnets.
And why
right?
can we do that?
The
Because there's a collective energy.
Yep. There is. Yep. So that's. So, anything else you would like to share today?
Well, I just wanted to. That's because I just wanted to explain that because not everyone understands that. So we are all an energetic thread. That's why I was saying the big pie is sky, right?
Yeah.
And when I came down, I'm like on a pogo stick, kind of, if you think about it, right? That I'm using that, and I'm energy, right? I'm a beam of energy.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm collective energy too. I'm an individual energy. Yes. And I'm but I'm tied to the collective.
Yeah, we're part of it. Yep.
The very top of me is connected into the collective.
Yes.
And because I'm a thread.
I'm looking at you at the window.
And then when me and you.
I'm looking at you
over there. When me and you connect.
Yes.
My energy swirls into your energy.
Yes. Yes.
And so then, therefore, because we connected, you can now read my energy because I allowed you to. I gave you that permission to.
Muscle testing is something I have to get your permission. This is not something that I'm just like, oh, muscle testing anyone. No, we need to come into an agreement that there's going to be an exchange of energy, right?
Yeah.
Such as, did you know paying someone is an exchange of energy?
Well, okay, so there's that's authentic.
Yes.
Because there needs to be an exchange.
Yes,
because
always, guys. Yeah. In every relationship.
Because there's a receiver and a giver.
Whether it's a vendor, whether it's someone serving you, servicing you or providing a service to you, whether it's someone that you're buying something from them, whether it's, there's an energy exchange. There's value. So
it's
you're receiving
value and worth.
Yes.
Value, worth. That's so important.
Yes, there is. Yes.
And so when you pay someone else, you're telling them, I value you. I value your services.
Yes.
But that also is personal. So when you're doing something and somebody pays you, you go, yeah, I am worth that.
Right.
I am worth that.
You are being kind to yourself as well because you're giving yourself the value.
Right.
Many times we are shy with giving ourselves value in the sense of our services. So I remember, even back in the day when I started babysitting, right, in high school, it's like I remember not charging what I knew other people were charging, and why? And then I remember becoming one of the most wanted babysitters, and
because you can get paid the same and go above and beyond.
Yes, I did. Yes, and so that was great, and then I was able to then become make really good amounts of money through college because of babysitting and care for others, and so but I was able to learn it, and I was able to earn my value, and then start believing in myself that I was really good at it, right? And so there was value because it wasn't just sitting there watching the kids to stay alive. It was like they would come back and things were straightened out, and if I could dust a little area, I would dust an area, and the kids, maybe I got a hold of one of their drawers and I folded their socks, something above and beyond, right?
Yeah.
And so that's something that I liked it. That's another thing, I liked it. It was part of my purpose at the moment. So again, if you're on purpose, you're being invited right now perhaps to be on purpose.
Yeah. And so then when you gave that, and then you were given back worth, and then you took that and then you used that to develop yourself even more through knowledge, through school. Right? So that you can just take that even more and give back even more. So.
Yep. Well, guys, this has been a great time again together. I'm glad that we came together to share. Yeah. And that you got that gut feeling of sharing this again, so somebody needed it somewhere.
I know,
As
because
far-
you know the
Yeah.
universe tells me things.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And so it was really important for me to just remind you guys that to be gentle with yourselves, and that rages sometimes happen because you've got toxicity in there.
Yes.
And that toxicity needs to be released.
Yes.
So if you have that toxicity and it's got rage in there, there are things that you have to release. You're not being gentle with you, right? And loving with you. And it's okay to cry, even when you don't know why you're crying.
Yes.
Just let it go.
Yes.
And then name it. This feels like this. This feels like sadness.
Right.
Maybe there was a time in my life that I had this sadness and I'm saying goodbye to it now, and it's okay.
Right.
It's okay, because whatever this was, it doesn't make up, it's not me.
Right. Right.
I don't have to walk around and no one has to call me sadness, but I get to know what it feels like so I can empathize with another person.
Yes.
So I get to have these experiences of sadness so that when somebody else is having sadness, I can recognize it.
Yes.
I can give kindness and love, and I can be a support to walk through the world with.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need support,
yes, reach out.
Yeah, reach out. Reach out. It's called validation.
Yeah.
And we're going to start, anyone who needs, listen. And I don't mean listen like that. I don't mean listen to me.
Listen to me. Oh.
There are so many times when there just isn't that right person for you right now, because you're in growth period.
Yes.
Right? And so sometimes when we outgrow people that have been our support group for so long, right?
Oh, yes.
And they're just, and we're keeping it humble, because everything's humble, because we all go through different things, right?
Right.
And sometimes it's not better than, no one's better than anyone.
Right.
When we strip it all down, we're all the same. We're that big pie in the sky. Okay, so I'm going to lose it now. So there are times when, why do I have to go the big?
Well, as you were thinking about it, I'm gonna let you guys know of an event actually. So you guys are watching. Actually, no. The event's passed by the time you guys watch, because the event is this weekend, and you guys won't watch this. So okay, so we can just pause right here. It's okay. We can get your thought, and then we'll have it edit. So we were talking about. Okay, so you were saying that, so being kind to ourselves. I don't know.
Because I was seeing the big pie in the sky.
Nobody's better than anyone.
No one's better than anyone. Yeah, because no one is better than anyone, but people tend to think like that sometimes. Was I talking about looking at other people or ourselves? Oh, reaching out.
Okay, so wait. Okay,
thank you.
So
Thank you.
Okay. So we're gonna look at you. You're gonna look at the mirror, because that way it kind of helps what they're looking at. So,
yes.
All right.
So
and then now, Amaris, you're going to go ahead and implement this, or Ariela, whoever's doing this. Go ahead.
Sometimes we just need someone to validate our feelings, and we have moved into a different frequency.
Yes.
Maybe we're in a different frequency than the people that are around us right now, and there's just not that advice, or maybe those words that you need to hear, like the universe isn't flowing through that person for you.
Yeah, they're not a piece of the puzzle at the time. They're not a piece of the picture yet.
Yeah. Or
anymore, or for the season. And it's hard to say goodbye to those previous support groups or support people in your life, or but let me tell you something. We only make room for those that are supposed to be within our season of our life at the moment, if we say goodbye to those that no longer should be in it. Yeah. We do not make room for the ones that should be coming in unless we say goodbye to the others. And it doesn't need to be, sometimes we relate goodbye with a negative connotation.
It does not.
No, it could be a release. It could be even helpful to the person for growth.
Yeah. So sometimes there's not that right person there. They're just there, and that can make you feel lonely.
Yes.
And not only does that make you feel lonely sometimes, that also makes you feel like, I don't want to say unique is a really great thing to feel. I just want you to know. I just want you to know that, okay? Because I totally welcome that 100%. But not everyone feels that way though. So some people will feel like just lonely, and that there's misunderstood. There you go. Or not even misunderstood.
The
not
island of
understood.
misfit
Not
toys.
understood. Actually, some people feel like people around them right now are not understanding how they're feeling. Okay, well, here's the deal. This is what we've been thinking. We're really great listeners, and people don't have to 100% know. Sometimes just talking to a stranger and that person opening their heart to you really can offer some help.
Yeah.
Just being heard, that's what's really important, is being validated and heard. There's no wrong. It's not about wrong or right.
Right.
It's not about wrong or right. It's just about a feeling, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I did. So I guess I'm just kind of throwing it out here. You could message in the box.
Yes.
You could say, hey, I would love to chat with someone. V's going to set up personal, so first of all, disclaimer right now, neither one of us are mental health professionals. We're not doctors. We're not this. But guess what? We're real and we've lived life.
Yeah.
Okay? And so I've done that recently. Through the whole month of March, and maybe even in February I did it.
Towards the end of it, probably.
Maybe so. Maybe I did.
And what she means is she opened herself up to an invitation. She said yes to an invitation of growth, in which she chose to be vulnerable and share some stuff in order to heal. And so by being heard, by being listened to truly. And so what she's saying, if I'm hearing it right, is that here we are as a humble heart and humble ear, two different pairs of ears here that are willing to listen to you if you need anything. Yeah. Make sure that you message me. You guys can go to the website, onedropofhopeatatime.com, and you guys can send a message through there. Also, you guys can find UCampus through V's Favorite Things on the same website, which is your website, right? And so you guys have a way to get a hold of us, because no one should feel alone, no one should feel unheard, and everyone should have a village that is vulnerable and transparent with each other, to where even though hard decision to share some hardships at times, the safety net of sharing those are there, because we know that we're transparent. We all have things that we go through, right? I had a really hard growing day on Saturday. Remember, I ended up crying it out, but I persevered. Thoroughness. That's why my word today starting the podcast was thoroughness. For a reason. I was saying thoroughness to her, but I'm really saying it to myself. Thoroughness, like you finish what you start, girl. And it was painful.
Yeah. Well, I just know that sometimes, and it just it really helped me. I reached out to someone, again, just having watched a YouTube or TikTok or something like that, and it was I watched several times. I resonated there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's okay to do those kind of things, just so you know. And if you need someone to listen, we're right here. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying. And sometimes that's all you need, is just to be able to tell someone what you went through, or how you feel, or maybe an experience you've been thinking about a long time ago. Yeah. If maybe you YouTube it yourself. Yeah. Maybe you talk about it yourself. Maybe you do a video of it of yourself. Yourself. Yeah. Some people aren't quite like that. Yeah. Some people want to talk it through. I mean, I could do a video, but I like to have the sounding board.
Right.
Right. And somebody who has a different perspective than I might have, or might be able to see it different than me.
Yeah.
Not trying to fix anything. Just
easy chosen accountability and vulnerability.
Yeah.
And so guys, if you guys have anything to share with us, you're not alone. Make sure that you reach out. Your ripple can definitely continue to be of support to others as you continue to choose to love on yourself and strengthen that ripple, right?
Yeah.
That ripple needs to gather force again, and therefore it's okay to look for that force. And so we're here to support, we're here to listen, we're here to make your ripple count. We hope that today's ripple has made you, I don't know what to say.
I don't know, but I'm coming back to this. So, and just remember though, this is how it's gonna go. if you were to come and speak or you wanted to talk, we would totally listen. 100%. But at the end, when we end it, we must say 3 things that we're thankful for.
Oh.
And we must do that because we have to work on having ourselves in the right mind frame. So it's okay to outlet. It's not all right to bury. It's not all right to bury because then all you're doing is carrying around a sack.
Yeah. It becomes that ball and chain, like you're just dragging it around.
And
it's
some
like,
people don't think that. Some people think like this. Because when you talk about manifesting, yeah, you want to keep yourself in a good way and envision things, but you also need to work through the negative stuff because that negative stuff is the growth.
Right.
You know,
that's
and so
the challenge.
You got to be able to have discerning qualities.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, I just want to say that you got to end every night, ending with 3 thankful things. And sometimes people take things for granted, man, like this friendship.
Right. Oh gosh.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like your kids sleeping in the next room. Some people take that for granted. The fact that you could drive a car, some people take that for granted.
Yeah, counting the blessings,
I mean, it could be okay. Not to minimize how people feel, because that's not what it's about. But it could be worse. So that's why you do have to humble down before you go to bed, anyway.
Yeah.
You know
So
I mean?
at least 3 things. So, what's the homework? 3 things we're thankful for each night.
Every night before bed.
Every night before bed.
Well, actually, there's 2 things.
Okay.
Okay, 3 things that we're thankful for every night before we go to bed, and 3 wonderful things about ourselves.
Ooh, that's
every
nice.
night.
That's
Every
actually
night.
the extra nice. Ooh, say it looking in the
last
mirror
thing.
too, and you should say
last
it looking
thing.
in the mirror, guys. That's an exercise that I have my clients do. Like you say that 3 things, looking in the mirror, and you'll be like, uncomfortable, but it's that good growth and comfortableness of growth. It's that seed sprouting into secure, becoming secure of self, love, acceptance of even loving on ourselves.
Yes.
That pit in the stomach that you feel when you're talking to yourself in the mirror, telling yourself, "Whoa, you really do have great eyes."
Yes.
Ooh, that smile. Mm-hmm. Or you say that, yeah, you do catch some good sun and get that olive color. Can't wait. Something like that.
Yeah, because and then they say too that the last things that you say to yourself is those are the first things that you think of when you wake up. It's the space you put yourself in.
Interesting, yeah. Although I travel all night long, I don't know where I end up. That's a whole other topic, but yes.
Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, I travel too, but
so
but
they're
when you
going
come
to
back to yourself.
Oh yes. So they're going to tell 3 things about their day. Thankfulness, 3 thankfulness, 3 gratefulness things, right? And then we're going to say 3 things to ourselves. Hopefully, you have to be done brushing your teeth or right before you brush your teeth, but look in the mirror and say 3 things about yourself.
Yeah.
And
love yourself as you're falling asleep. That's what we're saying here.
Yes.
Love yourself when you're falling asleep. That is exactly what we're saying. And then see how your life changes. And this is simple. That's so simple.
Yeah. It doesn't cost a penny.
It doesn't cost a penny.
But it could cost yourself. Let's leave them with that.
Yeah.
Have a good one, everyone.
You too. I mean,
See you
you
later.
too. I mean, everyone.